Hey there everybody, welcome to another episode of Stavros Midwest. We have just somewhat spontaneously decided to go camping at Governor Dodge State Park in southwestern Wisconsin here. And yeah, fall is finally here. It's October 6th. It's all gloomy. There's no snow on the ground yet, but temperatures are dropping. Rain's coming. It's been raining on and off today, so we'll see what it's like with the situation on the ground when we get there. But I am super stoked to just kind of get out and try camping on a state park. I've never been on a state park before camping, so reserved a spot. We're going into a backpacking site. So yeah, super excited about it. Let's get going. So we just arrived at Governor Dodge State Park. We're driving through the park to the backpack walk-in sites. So that's, I don't know, probably about another 5-10 minutes to get to the sites. This is a really big park. I forget the exact acreage right now, but it's a big place. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because the sun's going to go down in about an hour or so, so we really don't have that much time. Once we get to the parking spot, it's going to be another half a mile to get to the campsite. Not that that's far, but it's costing us time and light. So once we get there, probably the best thing is to go get some wood right away so I can find that. And hopefully there's some dry wood. So we're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna be pushing the limits here a little bit compared to what we've been doing before, because we always knew where the wood was, and or had a little bit of wood ahead of time. So I'm looking forward to this. It's gonna be fun. One of the things I did not know about this this campground or the state park is they actually have like an equestrian campsite and or campground where you can bring your horses in here. You trailer them in here, and you can tie them up. They got pens for you and everything, and then you can go. They got designated horseback riding trails here on the state park. So that's really cool, actually. I've never seen that before. So if you're into horseback riding, come check out Governor Dodge State Park. So first time I discovered Governor Dodge Park was last year with my kids and my wife. Just kind of went hiking out here, walking around and so forth. Went out here with my little girl in the wintertime when this was still closed up, and checked out the backpacking sites. And the backpacking sites are open from May till October 15th, so that's also kind of why decided to spur the moment to get out here before we're not able to come out here anymore for the rest of the season. So that's kind of why we're doing that. Lots of walnuts over here. So there's 6 campsites up here, 801 through 806, and we're gonna be on 804. It should be just right up this way. And here's us. I hope this is the right one. I had checked it out with my daughter earlier this year, and it was either this one or 805. Yeah, 805 is not available. But yeah, this looks like the one. There's a little log over here. You can sit down. Could put up a ridge line right here, or down here, probably down here, and then set up our tarp here, and then yeah, we got a fire spot right over here. So we're gonna look in this general direction for some firewood. So we got something to make a fire and cook up our food. So like I said, this is really interesting for me because this is all new territory. Never really been here before, and yeah, we're just gonna go and gather some wood and make a fire and hopefully just have a grand old time. Looks like you get lots of dead wood down here, so it should be good for making fires. You don't have to go that far. Looks like you got some nice, I'm not positive, that looks like, I'm gonna say walnut. And I don't really have too much experience with walnut wood, so we'll see how it burns, and maybe it burns really bad. I don't know. This will be an adventure. So I just set off the emergency notification system for my watch to let my wife and everybody else know that something happened to me. Apparently on Garmin, if you're hiking and so forth and you make a lot of vigorous activity, it thinks that you fell probably down like a 300-foot cliff or so, and so it sends out a text message and email and so forth. I was able to cancel it, but probably not a good thing to happen out here. So I just looked out in a really serious way. I was checking out this little ridge, this little ravine here. Goes down there. And I noticed that there's some cedar trees here, so I thought, wow, maybe I can get maybe some stuff fell off and I can check it out. And to my surprise and complete amusement, a big old cedar tree is down here just waiting to be picked up. And the good thing about cedar is it doesn't rot very quickly, and that's the case with this bad boy here. Nice and tough, so I should have no problem if I can harvest this up and process it right. I should have no problem starting a fire with this. So let's cut this bad boy up and we'll get it back to the campsite. Alright, so I got enough wood at the moment to start a fire. Like I said, we're going to get it going, and then we can throw some other stuff on there as that gets nice and hot. Look at that beautiful cedar. There's a little bit of punky, rotten stuff, but the rest of this is rock solid. Nice. Good find. That is really cool. So what we're going to do is we got enough of our kindling ready to go here. We made some feather sticks. I know they're not the greatest. I'm still working on it, practicing it. I'm not very good at them, so. But the idea is just to increase the surface area of the wood that you're going to catch on fire so it spreads easier. It lights easier and spreads easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a raft down here. It's called a raft. And down here in the bottom of our fire pit, it's wet. So we're going to take our dry wood that we just cut and put that here just to kind of to protect it so that when we start a fire, it's all dry. And it's not cheating, it's being resourceful. We're going to take a little bit of dryer lint that I just stole out of the dryer this morning, and we're going to use that to start our fire. Just to practice, do something a little bit different. Keep it interesting, right? And then we're going to take our feather sticks, get those guys all lined up. Get that going. And then this bad boy should spark with no problem here. Get down in there. I'll do it. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Try it this way here. Push down on our thing. There we go. So that's okay. That, you know, that's not a failure. That means that we got to do something different. So the wood's a little bit damp. So even though we got it from, you know, the tree there. So what we'll do is we'll take a little bit of birch bark, kind of help it along a little bit here. So the problem was it wasn't staying lit long enough. Sounds like somebody else is cutting wood over there. So we're gonna put that there. These spiders up in here. And we're just going to get everything a little bit ready so that we don't have to play with it as much once it gets going, which we should have done in the first place. I always have that problem. I always think, okay, it's going to be fine, and then you know, you get it going, and then it goes out on you because you didn't have everything ready. So let's try this again. Alright, so most important thing is to be humble and admit when you made a mistake. So my problem is I didn't diversify. That cedar, I do think it was going to take off at some point, but it's not dry enough. So tried a couple times, doesn't work, so we're gonna have to switch to something else. So like they say in your financial portfolio, to diversify, we're gonna do that just now. I got a bunch of dry twigs around the area here that were up off the ground, so we're gonna kind of make a little bit of a nest and see how well that works, and maybe we can get this thing going. So we got everything pretty much set up as far as our shelter, and it is 9 o'clock already. Crazy how the time flies. But you know what? We're making it so far. So what we're gonna do now is we got a nice little fire going. We're gonna make some fajitas. Let's get that going. And of course, I just realized before that I forgot my spatula and everything in my haste, so I have to improvise a little bit. Well, I'd say so far we were successful. We got a nice fire going. We got grub going. Life's imperfect. Yeah, it was a little bit shaky starting off there with that. I'm trying to start that fire, but you gotta change it up and just adapt. And hopefully we got a nice, really good fire going, and we got a really good supper on the way. So what I got here is just some green peppers, yellow peppers, onion, garlic. Got some chicken in there, but I cooked the chicken before I came out here just so that I didn't have to deal with any raw food. Working in the hospital, I don't like dealing with sickness variables, so we just eliminated that out of the equation. So yeah, so the meat's already cooked, and put that in there, and we got just some seasoning, the salt, pepper. We have some Old Bay seasoning in there, some cumin, some smoked paprika. What else we got in there? Some oregano, and we got some cilantro. I just threw the cilantro in there. I usually put it in afterwards. I don't cook it, but just for the sake of room and time and so forth, I just threw it in there. We'll see how it tastes. But I'm really looking forward to this. I got some avocado. I'm going to cut that up as well. Like I said, the only problem with dinner is I forgot my spatula, so I had to improvise and using the file on my Swiss Army knife. No big deal. Good thing that I figured through today. But so this is the main part of camping. This is the good part. Is after you've successfully done something, it's just a great feeling. Even if something as small as making a fire, you know, that little challenge. You got to challenge yourself a little bit, and that's the great part. And we're gonna eat good, and we're gonna reward ourselves for a successful camp out so far. So that's what it's all about. Getting out in the woods, relaxing, challenging yourself a little bit, and just enjoying nature and the simple things. Oh, I'd say that's perfect. If we got that little charred stuff on there, a little bit of black. I'm using my onions now. My peppers. That looks good. So we're gonna get that off there, and we're gonna get. That looks good. Alright, let's eat. Oh, there's a coyote. And they're pretty darn close. Warm up a little bit there. Especially when you're hungry, let me tell you. And of course, since we are in Wisconsin, it's only appropriate that we have Bucky's Cherry Berry sparkling water to wash everything down. Dear Lord Jesus, I come before you and thank you for this day and this time that can be out in the woods and just enjoying your creation. I thank you for all things and ask that you bless this food and allow it to be safe and protect us and be with us this night and be ever present. Thank you so much for everything, Lord. Thank you for dying for our sins and being our salvation. Amen. Alright, so look at that. Oh, is that gonna be good? Alright. Boy, is that good if you're hungry. I mean, it's good anyway, but especially when you're hungry. Alrighty, so fire's dying down a little bit there. We cleaned everything up, and Got everything ready here to go to sleep. Weather said about 1:30 or so rain's gonna start coming down, and that's exactly what happened. So almost right on the dot. So actually, one time or so where the weatherman actually got the thing right. But a fair amount of rain's coming down, nice pitter patter going on, and everything's shedding off really well here. So I'm really happy about that. And so I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy the rain a little bit, and then try to get some sleep. Catch you guys in the morning. Hey there, good morning. Made it through the night well, dry, and nice and warm. Comfortably wise, that's a little bit questionable. That's could be a little bit better. It was I kept sliding off my sleeping mat and so forth, but whatever. Life's imperfect, right? But this is my first time trying out this hammock in a ground bivvy configuration, and it worked pretty well. It's very tight in here. When you don't have it as a hammock, your space is very limited. Me being like 5'7", 5'8", there's not much room in here from head to toe. But it keeps the bugs out, and the only bug I found in here overnight was an ant. The only thing you can really watch out for, since it is meant for a hammock, you do have where the mesh or the netting meets the hammock, you do have this little hole here where you could have potential bugs come through. I guess the best thing is just to clamp it, or I tried to tie it off last night, but I didn't have enough. There really wasn't enough to tie it around on the outside, just because it's where I pegged the ground bivvy out, it was a little bit tight. So room for improvement there. Have to look for ways to make that a little bit better, but other than that, it did do what it was supposed to do. It is pretty tight. Getting out of here. Oh boy, there we go. But it did keep the bugs out. So having this tarp in this C-fly configuration, and that the tarp's long enough, I got this ground sheet that comes underneath this side of the tarp, so that you can lay your equipment and your gear down here and it stays dry, obviously from the rain, but also from the dew and everything else on this side. And then, you know, it's a little bit more comfortable. You got a nice seat here. We're going to be dry, and you can put on your boots or whatever else. So that worked out really well last night and this morning. I like that. I'm really happy with the way everything worked out last night with our shelter and so forth. It's a really simple tarp configuration here. Got a ground bivvy. Campfire's right over there. That's what it looks like from the front. Worked out really well. Really happy about that. So yeah, time to start packing it in and heading back into civilization. Alright, Ridgeline's the last piece of kit to put away. So we're all packed up. We cleaned up everything, and we're gonna leave it the way that we left. We're gonna leave it the way that we found it, and we're looking good. And we're gonna take this this block of cedar here. It smells great, and it's got that beautiful purplish hue to it. It's too good to throw away, so we're just gonna strategically place that over here for the next person if they want to take that and use that to start their fire, or to fuel their fire. Alrighty, so I'd say that was a pretty successful and a fun little adventure, overnight camping trip here at Governor Dodge State Park. Hope you guys had fun. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Most importantly, I got my keys, so I'm all set to go. So coming out here was a lot of fun. It was a great little overnight adventure. like I said, just decided, hey, before the season closes, let's go camping, let's throw some stuff together. Worked out with my wife that I could leave for the night, and just came out here. Forgot some things along the way. That's okay, we improvised. We used the hatchet, we used the Swiss Army knife for stirring our food and preparing our food and all sorts of stuff. It was a lot of fun trying to find wood in a new area that you've never been to before. It's all new. Maybe even the wood's new, like walnut. I've never really had any experience with burning walnut. Burnt well, no issues there. A couple issues starting the fire last night. I thought that cedar was gonna go up great. It was just a little bit, it just didn't catch, it didn't take, so I had to get something else to kind of get things going, and after that it picked up and it burnt really well. So just got to change things up. You got to think things through. If things don't work, you got to adapt. And it was a lot of fun. Along the way there, you may think, oh, I messed up the fire, I couldn't get it going, what's wrong with this? Isn't my first time. But things happen. Situations are all different. Nothing's perfect, so you have to adapt, and you just got to be persistent and patient and just think things through. And that's the same with anybody. If you're just starting out camping, or if you're like some advanced bushcrafter, you just have to think through things and learn to adapt. And that's what we did. And so I would say it was a very successful night. We were dry, we were warm, we had food in our bellies, we didn't get ourselves killed. We woke up the next morning and we're walking out. So to me, that's a great night. So again, thanks guys for watching, appreciate it. Remember, Abenteuer awaits everywhere around you. You just got to get out there and seize it. And we'll catch you guys next time. Servus.